Okay, this is a Year 9 GCSE Business and Economics lesson. Just to put it in context, the students have only been doing their GCSE courses for 4 weeks now. They start them shortly after their SATs. They're a mixed ability class, and at the moment all we're doing is giving them a general introduction to some of the main business concepts that they'll face in Year 10 and 11 when they go into more depth. This lesson they're going to learn about the product life cycle, and what I'm hoping they can do by the end of the lesson, at least I'm hoping they can, is they can at least explain what it is, have an understanding that products will go through a life cycle, perhaps at different stages to each other. We're going to start off, and I'm going to ask them to just use a selection of products and to just quite simply place them as to where they think they are in their particular life cycle, and to justify why they've placed them there. And then later on in the lesson we're going to move on. I'm going to push them a little bit forward and get them to explain how they can extend the life of a product. And we're going to look at some examples of products that have had their lives extended, perhaps by bringing out new technology. The students normally like talking about games consoles, things like that. Some of the more able students are going to have some extension questions where they can show how the shape of the diagram would change if they successfully extended the life of the product. And ultimately I'm hoping that at the end they can then teach each other what they've learned and give each other a score. They're normally fairly good at doing that. They're normally quite critical of each other but supportive, so that's what I'm hoping for. Okay, right, afternoon Year 9. Now you should all have in front of you on the desks one of these for your whole group and one of these. Okay, there's a load of these scattered on your table. What I'd like you to do, before we look at what we're going to be learning today, is to write the name of the product on this little note here and to stick it where you think it should go on this diagram. You can decide between you, if you decide that's why they're sticky, so if you want to move them, you can move them about once you've discussed it. I'm going to put this up on the board to help you. But other than this, I'm not going to tell you anything else about what this is. Right? I'm going to give you 3 minutes in your groups to stick all of these that are on your table on there. Okay? Off you go. Go. The product. Okay, how are we doing? Name of the product on there, and then put it where you think it belongs on here. No, just the name of the product, that's all. Okay, good. You're using this to help you. Use the information on the board to help you decide. Go on, you and be bold and place one. You can always move it. Look at the board to help you with clues as to where it might go. Excellent, good. Now, why did you place the iPod Nano in growth?
They just made a new one and it started.
Okay, so why is that in growth then? What, the iPod Nano?
It's just been out, it's just been out like 2-3 months.
It might be maturity actually because they've made a new one.
Yeah.
Okay, decide between you here what you think that one should be.
Yeah?
Okay, excellent. You've placed some. Okay, now why do you think the iPhone is in introduction? Okay, good. Okay, which one have you got? Fax machine, you placed it already. Why did you place it where you did? Okay, so that's caused it to go into that stage. Good. Okay, you're halfway through your time.
1 second now, Barney. 1
Okay, great. Okay, what made you place baked beans there?
No, it's a must when not run names.
You can't buy them. They're like like brand.
Good. Karis had a good point there. Say that again, Karis. What should you say?
What? Baked cheese and onions? Baked. That was the new one.
Excellent. Good. Okay, you're halfway through your time, so get sticking quickly. It doesn't matter if you want to move them.
They were nasty.
Okay, how many more have you got left to place? Have you done them all? Good. Okay, what made you place the PlayStation 3 where you did?
iPod mini.
Okay. All right, Sarah, do you agree? It's only just come out? Where? Why is it a growth and not introduction?
It's already come out.
Okay. So if you had PS1, where would you place it? Why in that stage?
They stopped making them.
Why have they stopped making them, Jamie? Because the PS3 came out and replaced it. Good, excellent. Okay, everyone got them stuck? Good. Okay, now what we're going to do, if I can have everyone looking this way. Now what you're going to do with the products that you have placed is come and position them where you think. And I just want one person from each group to come up and place 2 of the products where you think they should be on here. Okay, so one person from each group, you decide, and all 4 of you can come up, do it at once, place them where you think. Off you go. Yep, go for it. Place someone from this group. Parry, off you go. Just 2 of your choice. Okay. Okay, while they're doing this, look and see whether you agree with where it goes. If you don't agree, say so, put your hand up and we'll make them redirect them. Good, have you done yours, Alex? Okay, thank you. You can sit down now. Yep, just 2. Good, well done, Perry. Thank you. Okay, good, thank you. Okay, so we've got now our selection of products, and we're going to come back to these in a moment, right, and see whether we agree with it. Okay. What you've just done is use something called a product life cycle. And what you're going to learn about today, and indeed you've started learning about it, is what we mean by the product life cycle, which I think some of you can do already. We're going to look and you're going to learn what the stages of the life cycle are. And then we're going to look at how you could extend the life of a product life cycle. What do you think you should have to do to show that you've learnt this? Look at the worksheet that I've given you. What do you think you have to do to show that you've successfully learnt this? Look at that first box there. And write in 2 things that you think you should do to show you've learnt this. Okay? You decide for yourself what 2 things. Okay, Jamie? Tara, what have you got so far? what have you done so far that you show you've learned? Think about that. I'll come back. Jack, what do you think you should... Okay. What do you think I might ask you to do at the end of the lesson to show me that you'd learnt this?
Putting into category.
Okay, good. That's a good start. It would certainly show me that you'd learnt this one. Good. Yeah, what else could you do? And I might ask you to do that at the end. Okay, lots of ideas on what you could do by the end of this lesson to show you'd learnt it. Who wants to give me some of those ideas that you've got? Joanna?
I should be able to explain what the product lifestyle is.
Okay, so you might have to explain it to somebody. Who else had explain what it is on their sheet? Good. What else could you do?
Explain all the stages.
Good. You could explain all the stages. What else could you do for it? Sarah, what could you do?
Recognise new technology in the market.
Okay, why would you do that?
To figure out whether like there's previous ones, so they would be being withdrawn and then the new ones would be coming in, so they'd be introduced.
Good. Jamie, could you give us an example of that? Of where you've got new technology replacing?
PlayStation 3 replacing the PS2.
Okay, and what happened to where we put the PlayStation as a result?
Growth.
Yeah, we can see here you quite correctly put the PlayStation 1 down here. What does the withdrawal stage mean? What does that mean, Perry?
They're stopping to make it and they're removing it from the market.
Excellent, good. They're removing it completely, they're withdrawing it. Because of this little product here, the PlayStation 3 Advanced, which is in the growth stage of the market. Okay, good. Now, based on what we've done so far, you can already do at least one of those things to show what you've learnt. Look at your sheets, activity 1. You can now fill that in. Already, you've learnt that. Okay, so 2 minutes now just to fill in the activity 1 box based on what you've learnt so far.